Hello and welcome to the Traveling Knitter channel. My name is Steph and today is March 8th. We had daylight savings, so we sprang forward. I was like marched forward, which also works since it's March. And it's Sunday. I have tried, this is my third attempt since my last video to have either a podcast or a vlog. And I failed those other two. And yeah, so why? What's going on? Nothing crazy, just a lot of work. A lot of work. I currently am at my work laptop for work adjacent things. I'm going to record something today and put something out because I've gotten quite a lot of knitting done. So it'll just take you along with my day. It's not as wonderful weather-wise as it was yesterday. Oh my gosh, it was 70 degrees yesterday. I love spring. I love that feeling from cold to, oh, it's getting warmer. It's getting warmer. So I went for a run walk. Like I ran for a mile. And then I walked, and then I ran for like half a mile, and then I walked. I have not worked out since my Disney half marathon at the beginning of 2025. Yeah. That's, like, I have not consistently been running since then, which is just crazy because I have been running on a regular basis probably since 2012. I think I started getting back in, I started running in my senior year of college, senior year of college. And yeah, so this is the longest I've taken a break on, and woo, my knees hurt, my ankles hurt, my heels hurt, my calves hurt, everything hurt. So, but it was so lovely yesterday. Oh, the sun was shining, which the sun is out. There's not a cloud in the sky, which is crazy. If you know anything about like Ohio or Columbus weather, we are almost always overcast. Oh, it's beautiful. So it's currently 55 degrees. I probably am going to knit outside on my porch. I have a concert to go to on a Sunday. I'm going to see 3 Days Grace. I bought the cheapest tickets possible, so they were $27 to go see 3 Days Grace. And I get to see I Prevail, who I also really like, at Nationwide Arena. So that's exciting and interesting and different. I'm unsure if I'm gonna, I don't know what to wear. I'm just wearing jeans and a red shirt, and I might just keep it at that. I've got a London Fog, Earl Grey kind of London Fog. I did not do anything special with the like heavy cream. I didn't froth it or anything, so it's gonna be more flat. I'll see you in, fingers crossed, 45 minutes. It is basically 45 minutes later. I got through my module or lessons really quickly. And here's my full face for the 3 Days Grace concert. I think it turned out really well. On camera, my eyebrows look good, I think, but when I look at them up close, I'm like, ugh, I can tell I drew them on. I used to love my eyebrows, and the older I get, the more sparse I feel like they are on the sides, but I like the arch that I have. But I hate drawing my eyebrows because I feel like it's so obvious, right? Like you can see that I've shaded them in and there's some lines and stuff. The eyeshadow that I'm wearing is from the Grunge palette by Huda Beauty. I don't think you can buy it anymore. I really liked, or Huda Beauty? I really like her eyeshadow palettes. I'm a big fan. I have a couple of them. But yeah, so that eyeshadow palette is basically like gray, black, purple, and some like icy silver whites. So that's what I'm wearing. And then I don't know if you can tell, but I've got like a green liquid eyeshadow on top, and it is, I forget the brand. it was on clearance at Ulta for like $3, and it was a green one and a pink one, and I like liquid eyeshadow, so I grabbed it. It's okay. It's got this like swirl to it, so it's green and silver, and so when I put it on, it looks very green, but then you kind of have to like diffuse it so that you can blend it out, and it blends out into like a barely there green, which is not my favorite. I know that's more the style. I feel like this is so millennium coded. I love eyeshadow, and I love, you know, playing with it, and yeah. The lips are not what I'm gonna wear. This is the Tower 28 Lip Jelly. I got it for my Sephora birthday gift. I don't like it. It's in the pistachio color. It's a pink. And baby pink just isn't my color. I like more of a mauve or a brown. Honestly, I prefer a brown. So yeah, that's the look. Blush is a really old e.l.f. mineral blush, and then honestly, all of it is old. What is this? Highlighter is Champagne Pop OG highlighter, probably the first highlighter that I ever got super excited to buy. I have just the tiniest bit left in one of my Becca palettes because it shattered. And then I have a full Champagne Pop, so don't worry, I have Champagne Pop. And then my bronzer, which is very light, I think, is the Hoola Benefit Brow Bronzer. Perfume, I'm wearing Nest Madagascar Vanilla. I love a vanilla. If you were to like go through my perfume collection, like my samples, my travel size, and you would see that I purchase almost all vanillas that go on the market. I like vanilla. Okay, so I wanted to go through the projects that I currently have been putting effort into. Now, one of the projects that I finished was a sweater for one of my really good friends for his birthday. And so I'll put pictures here. This is the Single Malt by Maxim Sears. And they have a French, Les Garçons is the yarn company. Anyway, I loved this sweater. I really enjoyed knitting it. I love the way that it turned out. I personally love like the texture of it. It's like a double moss. And I purchased yarn from the last Woolberry Fiber Co. update to make a version of the sweater for myself. So I'm thrilled with how it came out. I did a combination of the specific size that I picked out and with measurements from my friend. So I did a longer sleeve and a longer torso, I believe, but not by that much. And when I blocked it, it bloomed beautifully. I had him try it on before I had finished the cuffs and the hems and stuff, so that if I needed to extend it, I wouldn't have to rip out all of that. And I could see there was a bit of tightness around the shoulder, so when he was lifting his arms up, like the whole thing with the whole sweater was coming up. So when I blocked it, I kind of blocked out the shoulders a bit more, so that when you moved, you had like you see how the sweater or the shirt is, right? Like I lift it and the shirt itself doesn't move. It's a lot here. And so it turned out beautiful. I think it turned out really well. So that's what I've spent the majority of my time knitting on, was that sweater. And, you know, that's a way bigger sweater than what I would wear, but it is worsted or Aran. So it, you know, frankly went pretty quickly. Also, you know, if you're monogamously knitting, you really get through projects. So I have with Stitch Quest and watching the Olympics and Paralympics, I cast on this mitten. I think this mitten looks insane. I think it's so long. I continue to look at pattern pictures or finished objects, and everyone, like, their mittens are so long looking. And here's like the thumb. Like, it's huge in my opinion. So I love this. I love the way that this looks, and all I have to do is Kitchener the end, and I could not find a needle to do Kitchener. So that's why it's not actually completed. But if I put it on, there's probably an inch of space for my thumb, and then probably 2 inches up here. Like, there's quite a bit of fold over. And technically this is where my wrist is. So if I just did this part for my wrist, it's, yeah. So I guess the goal is to have more of this on your arm. Oh, and my needles came out of the stitches. But it looks so cool. This is gonna be a donation. I am gonna make another one. I'll make it the exact same. I am using leftovers from my step-by-step sweater in the fisherman's wool. And I'm loving it. So I'll make another one, and then I will make a pair for myself, and I will adjust. And I think I'm gonna do the exact same colors for myself. I think I'm gonna extend this by just a bit. And then for the thumb, I think I'm gonna cut out 2 repeats here and 2 repeats here, or 3. Actually, I might even cut out 4 repeats. My hands are pretty small. And then for the hand, I think I'm gonna cut out 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna cut out probably 6 repeats just to make this shorter is the game plan. I think so. So that is that. My goal today is to Kitchener this and cast on the second mitten. So this was my Olympics project. I did not use any aura points to cast it on, but I unfortunately did not finish it during the Olympics, so it goes back to earning my normal 10 points for finishing it. I don't get 15 points. I do currently have one of my prompts is to finish a second mitten or sock. So once I finish the second pair, I'll get additional points and a new prompt. My other 2 prompts, one is to stitch outside. So I will be doing that today. I will be going out onto my porch to stitch, get an extra aura point. And then the last one is to cast on something by a new to you designer. And I think for that, I've been craving some like tank tops or bralettes. I really like bralettes. And so I'm thinking of casting on either the tank top by My Favorite Things Knitwear. It's, I don't remember. They just go by numbers. But I do own the pattern, and it's the one that looks like a racerback tank top. So I might cast that on, or the tank top that Florence Miller came out with a few years ago. It's like the mixed rib cami or tank top or something. So those are my 2 ideas at the moment of what I might cast on to equal for that prompt. Additionally, I do plan to cast on my Ixchel sweater. That's the one with all like the moons and stars all over them. But I would like to finish 2 of the sweaters that I have, or at least 1 sweater and then 2 additional projects without anything being cast on before I start that. Speaking of sweaters, so after the single malt sweater, I have been heavily working on my September sweater. And she looks like this so far. So right now I am doing brioche back and forth. I've done the back, done my sides, and connected them. So I'm going back and forth. And once I hit 30 centimeters, so I think it's gonna sit more like this. Once I hit 30 centimeters, I'll be able to join and do this in the round. In a perfect world, I would be able to finish, cast on, and get this in the round today, but I don't think I will because I watched all of Stranger Things season 1 last night, and I got only this much done. And I worked on a couple other things, but the most was this. This is using 2 skeins of yarn that I got at Flock last year. It is the Nano Stitch Lab Achromic Alpaca Sport in the charcoal colorway. It's 100% alpaca, 665 yards, 227 grams. And then their Scientific Sock, which is a 75-25 in Geology Rocks. And this is what they look like. So wonderful. At Flock, Nano Stitch Lab had a sample of a sweater in like a lighter gray and a different variegated fingering weight yarn. But I loved the idea so much. I think they knit the September sweater. I don't think they had a tag for what the pattern was, but it was an Oliver brioche sweater. And this is what she's looking like. Isn't that really fun? Oh, I think it looks really cool. On camera, you can see a little bit of like pulling. You don't see that in person at all. That's crazy how cameras pick up on pulling, but in person you don't see it. So crazy. I have this adorable progress keeper that I made several years ago. Can't remember if this was from Joann's or Michael's, but it is a little book that says The Secret Garden, and it's got real pages in it. Oh, okay, this is silly. Right, real pages. You could write in this if you wanted to. I don't. And I turned it into a progress keeper, and it's so cute. So there is that. Really enjoying it. I'm knitting this on size 8. I think I'm knitting it on the recommended needles, maybe, or I'm like half a needle size smaller. Can't remember. I have not put a lot of work into this recently. I have also cast on my book club cardigan. There she is. I knit a swatch and I cast on, and that's what she's looking like. This is the front. I didn't have stitch markers, so I didn't have other stitch markers, so I used these long dangly ones. I'm probably gonna replace these because these are a bit annoying. This is using Knit Picks Woodland Tweed in the Grouse Heather. It is a brown green. I am forever trying to mimic the Petite Knit Sunness Gone 8992, 9882 Into the Woods. Just forever trying to mimic that. So that's that. Haven't put a lot of work into it recently, but it's cast on. Then what kind of had a big jump during the holidays, and then I kind of stopped, is my Brioche Adventures shawl. It's such a fun project. It uses mini skeins from Teal Torch Knit. I've wound all of them up and I put stitch markers on them so that when I pull them, I know what order to use them. So this is the 4th and I kind of I take off some of the stitch markers. So right now the one that I'm using has 0 stitch markers and the next one has 2, so I'm gonna have to go through and remove. But anyway, this is a really fun one to work on as well, and the colors are just so bright. I think it's gonna have a place in my wardrobe similar to the other advent calendar shawl that I finished last year, because it's bright neon colors. It's a bit similar, but different. So cute. And I'm realizing I did not bring another project that I've put in quite a bit of work on. So let me show you that one. I had to move this off my couch because Astrid has been putting her claws into it. And so some of the leather has been ripped off, which is honestly like really upsetting because this is from the Redesign brand. So these are not cheap. So I've had to lift it, but Astrid is my cat. She is a yarn thief. She loves digging through my project bags to pull out yarn, and then she bats them around the house, which is really annoying when I wake up and I see it. But anyway, this is a scarf that I'm working on, and I am in love with it. It is so pretty. This is the Shibui Mix number 33. I don't think Shibui exists anymore, so I don't know if you can find this pattern or if this pattern is free. But it uses Shibui Pebble, which is a 48% silk, 36 merino, and then 16% cashmere. I am not quite using that, but I am using Capretta by Knit Picks, and it is an 80% wool, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon, and I've got 3 colors. I have a white, and then I have Pinot Heather, like you can see, right? This is my cat, Astrid. And then this one is turmeric. So a purple, a white, and a deep reddish, and a golden yellow. So beautiful. What I would recommend though, if you were to knit this pattern, I would recommend knitting it in the round, because I think it is gonna roll in on itself, and it does have a back to it. I would knit this in the round and extend it. So right, if you knit this in the round, it would half the scarf, and I think it's too skinny. So I would add, how many more repeats would this be? 1, 2, I would add probably 3 more repeats, 3 or 4 more repeats to get it to like this wide. So you would end up using a lot more yarn, but I think it would be nicer because it would be a tube rather than flat. But with it being flat, it's very, like, it's super thin and soft and lovely. And it has been a joy to knit so far. So I am right here. I am basically, I'm almost a quarter of the way done. Oh, and this design is by Shelly Anderson. So really, really, really liking. I'm so surprised at how much I'm enjoying this. Like, the yarn is so soft. I love knitting on smaller needles. This has been a joy to knit with. So what is bringing me the most joy when I knit? It's hilariously this scarf, probably. And then it would be my sweater, because I am really excited to have the sweater. I was really enjoying this, but then it just felt so weird with how long it was. And then I really I'm enjoying everything that I'm working on. I would say the book club cardigan I'm not enjoying, because it's just the beginning and there's a lot of like, you just have to pay attention to the pattern, whereas pretty much everything else is mindless. So I'm enjoying that. And those are the projects. Those are the knitting projects that I currently have. So with that, I'm gonna go put a sweater on and go sit outside and Kitchener and knit on this so that I can at least get one of the things done that I said that I would like to get done. Kitten cam. Don't look at that. I decided to quickly cast on a pair of socks. I have not worked on a pair of socks in months. I had finished one pair of the Louis socks, which look like this, these, and they don't fit. They are way too tight, and as beautiful as these are, they were not fun to knit. If I were to do this again, I would have to go up needle sizes, and I think do a more contrast yarn than what I selected. So I cast on a new pair of socks to bring with me to the concert because I'm not sure how long it'll take between. There's Astrid. She's been so clingy this week. So I took some leftovers from one of my shawls. This is a single, and this is by Artemis Yarns. It's one of the colors that I used from my Mooncloud shawl, and I broke it, so it's about 5 grams each, and my plan is to use this for the cuff and then go into this skein for the rest of the sock. So it's a very easy pattern. I'm just gonna go, it wants me to do 14 rounds of twisted rib. I'm just gonna go for as long as I can with this. And then it does want me to go up a needle size. So I'm gonna grab maybe my 2.5, these are 2.0, a 2.5 9-inch to then do the main stitch pattern, which is, it says there's 20, there's actually quite a lot of rounds. Oh, it's like the same thing for a really long time. Okay, the stitch texture is 28 rounds, but it's not really 28 rounds. So that's that. This is Amber by Vera Valimaki, and I'm probably gonna stop working on these because this is exactly all that I need to bring with me. It is 5 o'clock. I'm meeting my friend at like 6:45 because I think the concert starts at 7. So 6, oh my goodness, Astrid. Oh, she's so pretty. She loves being scratched right on her like neck underneath her ear. She loves it. It's what she wants all the time. And then she'll bite me because she's loving it so much. Oh, and she's now purring. Oh, she's just so cute. She's such an aggressive lover. So I've got I've got like an hour and a half until I need to leave. Kind of debating on if I want to eat food before I go. But I'm going to do some more knitting, but I'm going to move to my bedroom so that I can charge my phone while listening to podcasts. It is 11:12. Oh, do we like what my outfit was? And I had my sports bra sweater with my yellow Pumas, right? Really cute. I think I was probably one of maybe 20 people not wearing black out of the thousands of people that were at this concert. I don't like wearing black. I like wearing color. Anyway, it's Sunday. It is almost midnight, but I'm hungry. I shouldn't eat though. So I think I'm just gonna drink a lot of water, wash my face, and go to bed. But I am not tired at all. Let me show you how much knitting I got done. Because yes, I was knitting during the set changes, and this is what we've got. Maybe an inch. It's rather cute. So it's single ply. My plan is to knit all of this and then switch over to this guy for the pattern of the sock, which now that I think about it, this is not a full skein. So I'm gonna have to be careful with how much I use of this. I need to weigh this. But that's that. I am gonna put this away and not knit on this again until, I don't know, the next concert I go to, which is not tomorrow, but the next week. Fun. I love going to concerts. They're so fun. So I'm gonna sign off here. Hopefully this was entertaining, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.